Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtham Shaktim cha Tatputra Parasharam cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudhapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogendra Mathasya Sishyam Sri Shankara Acharya Mathasya Padmapadam cha Hastamalakam cha Sishyam Tam Todakam Vartikakaramanyan Asmad Gurun Santatamanatosmi. Shruti Smriti Purananamayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Time please. Om Namo Narayana to everybody. In my South Indian Yatra, it is the last part of South Indian Yatra. So I am happy to be here with all of you. Since last 2 years, we were seeing each other online. So I thought, let me see all of you offline as well. So there is, you know that there is a difference between offline and online. So online there is media between us. So two brains are working. In between, artificial intelligence is also working. So the communication is indirect. Though it seems to be direct, but actually it is indirect. It means you will listen to the lecture, you will grasp it. It means the words will come to you and you will grasp it. But there is something, some contact, some other level of communication. In our Sanatana Dharma, The most interesting communication is Mauna Vyakhyanam. Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyastu Chinna Samshayaha. If that communication can happen, then that is ultimate, the purest form of communication. There, Guru doesn't utter a word, he is in Mauna, and Shishya is eager to learn from Guru. So his emotion, his dedication towards Guru connect the Guru's mind. It should be, we can imagine like that. So the dedication and the surrendering, it comes, and then they connect each other. The communication happens. What it shows is the Shishyas are prepared, they are completely eligible to receive the knowledge. And that eligibility, how it comes by the practice of sadhana, that is what we say. Sometimes without practice, maybe you are not practicing for a long time, but complete dedication. No. So you just want to get that knowledge from Guru. That complete dedication can bring this wonder. Anyway, now by the blessings of God, the Almighty, we have many mediums. So we can start with that. There is no problem, we can start with those mediums. And then occasionally, whenever we get time, we can meet offline too. So now today I wanted to talk to you just as an introduction. What is the connection of Guru Parampara or Sampradaya, the tradition? Because nowadays there is one Guru, one Shishya. They have the relation as teaching. In Taittiriya Upanishad it is well said that Shishya is one side and Guru is another side, and both are connected. Pravachanahum sandhihi. Pravachana means teaching, talking. So they are connected like that. So now we see only one connection. Now I am sitting here as a speaker and you are listener, you are listening to it. So we have the connection as speaker and listener. The speaker-listener's connection. But actually, this teaching is not happening only in between us. We believe in our tradition that these teachings, especially spirituality teachings, Adhyatmika Jnanam, it comes from Brahman itself. It is Atma itself is teaching. It is a beautiful concept, how it happens. But if we could understand that, we will try to learn how the words are beyond our minds, or the meaning of words beyond our mind and intellect. So we always talk about this, you know that. We talk about this as Brahma Jnanam is beyond intellect, beyond mental reach, and all those things we talk. Yado vajo nivattande aprapya manasasaha. It's a famous saying in Taittiriya Upanishad. But actually what happens? The words uttered, those words are produced or derived from the source of energy, which we call as Atma Shakti. It is coming from there. Technically it is called Para. Para means the subtlest form of energy which produces words and thoughts. We call it Para. Now, when I utter a word, it is coming from Para, and after Para, it changes into Pashyanti. Then Pashyanti to Para, Pashyanti, and then Vaikhari. So this Para Pashyanti stage is unknown to us. So that is everywhere, that is all pervading. We are having that energy in us from that Para only. So therefore, now you see the self is all pervading, and the form of energy which produces the words and thoughts is also all pervading. But the receiver and the producer seems to be individual, because each person is doing that. Like the air outside, oxygen is everywhere, but when we breathe, the individual process is there. Although the energy is the same, we are breathing the same oxygen, same energy, but individually when we speak about it, it is called prana. So now how the oxygen outside, the air outside, and the prana inside, how it is different? Actually, it is not different. It seems to be different because of this body and this system of what we saw, breathing. Therefore, it seems to be different. Similarly, the teaching of Vedanta, the knowledge of Vedanta is one with Brahman. There is no difference between Brahman and the knowledge of Brahman. Normally, what is this? This is mic. This is made of plastic and iron and all those steel and the other materials. So it has a form. We see it as a separate thing. But when we see the cause of this particular thing, this mic, the cause is not only this. This is a form of that. It is a production of that. Similarly, the jnanam is produced in some form. It appears in some form. When it reflects in our thoughts, it becomes our own thoughts. The same jnanam become our thoughts because it is produced in our mind. You see, it is very simple philosophy. Now the produced knowledge, we call it knowledge as my knowledge. This is my knowledge. I know it. We always say I know. That's also correct. How I know it? Because that knowledge is reflected in my mind, so I know it. But that knowledge is not different from the original knowledge of Brahman. That is we call Swarupa Jnanam. Therefore, we say the Swarupa Jnanam is formless. Formless, you understand? There is no object. Objects are added into that. So like you, the water of ocean, when you see that ocean with water, you take out some water and you add some color into that, put some color in that. Then the water become colored. So water is the same, but that color makes the water different from the water in the ocean. Similarly, the same thought, same knowledge is colored with nama rupa. So that each individual has his own namas, rupas, karmas, thoughts. So he makes those differences and he enjoys. So then I say, this is my water because it is in my cup. Now see, what is the meaning? That the water is coming in your pipeline. It is water for everyone. It is coming from the same tank, same water tank, of the corporation water tank. From there, it is supplied to each flats, wherever you stay. So it is coming from there, and when it reaches in your home, then you say, this is my water connection. So the connection is yours. That is right. There is nothing wrong with that. So then the same water is poured into your cup. Then you say, it is my water. You say, it's so funny, So how, we are not even thinking that how can it be my water? Because this is the water coming from the same tank. So this is how we make individuality. And after this making of individuality with this ignorant in the sense, we are not that much ignored. We learn, we know everything, but unfortunately we are unable to think about all this. We are not used to trace things back. Whatever we know, we just we are into that, taken into granted, and then we do everything like that. So now how that water become my water. So if you see the source of water, it is again something else. How the water is formed, who is making that water. We have no role in that. So this is how we make attachments. Now you see, Vedanta is very simple and direct. There is no confusion in Vedanta, because Vedanta speak about reality. Reality which you are not aware about it, that's all. It means if you think about that, if you apply your mind into that, you will easily understand what it is saying about. So that much simple. So similarly, the all-pervading knowledge, consciousness, Brahman, reflected in our individual minds, it is called Jiva, Jivatma. My individuality, I am so and so. So we add our name and all our qualifications, everything we add into that. Then we identify with that, live with that. So this is how it happens. Now another concept of Vedanta is God. Now what is God? Now what we understand by individuality, same thing in a universal way, you just make it bigger. So we have individual mind that is limited, and then there is we can say universal mind, the mind everywhere. You connect all the minds, collect all the minds, then make a single mind. That mind is universal mind. So the consciousness reflected in universal mind is called Ishvara. So now both the minds are working together. So one mind is an individual mind, and another mind is like a universal mind, cosmic mind. Now like we can say the water tank of the corporation. Now all the water is there. If there the sunlight is reflected in that water tank, then that we can say it's a big reflection in bigger form, and same water is connected to all individuals. Similarly, we have this concept of God with the cosmic mind, universal mind, or we say universal intelligence, universal mind, or universal prana, energy, and all these forms are there. Now that mind is also works. So some part of our mind and some part of universal mind together makes our life. So when we plan something, always we plan something. At the end of that event, what we planned, suddenly everything changes. Suppose just now what we experienced, we planned the mic system and everything, but at the time of starting, it has some problem, some technical problem that the specialist should come and see it. So we planned everything, but we should plan this also, because it can happen this way. There is another mind which is working. So that mind wants you to start little late. Then it will happen like this. So this is the reality. Therefore, when your plan changes, if it is disturbed, or sometimes you get more support, sometimes that plan is disturbed. Then believe that this is for good, because the universal mind is working and it is focused on you. It means you will get more benefit, more good things after that. So that is how we learn. Therefore, we normally lead our life in a cool way, because we know if it is happening, it is there something. Okay, it is not happening, there is also some reason. After some time, we will come to know what is the reason. So this is the universal mind. In each thought, what we have every moment, there is individual, that is we call, in another word we call is prarabdha or purushartha, and there is a universal mind working through it. So universal mind wants to make use of you to control or run the creation. So you are part of that, therefore you have to do some duties. You are only thinking about your own duties, your own needs. We are not thinking about for the universal needs, for the social or whatever in that way. Therefore, now who will do that? We are not going to do, because we have our own mind, our own body, our own wealth and everything for us, only for us. Now that is okay, that is you are completing your duty. But what about the universe? What about this nature? What about the society? So for that, the universal mind will take whatever it needs from you. It will make you act through that. So that is the reality. This is the different level of understanding our own existence. This is our first existence. We have a second existence. And then it goes ultimately to the all-pervading, that consciousness which is reflecting through all our body and minds. So this is the basic understanding of Vedanta for which we live. And now you can ask questions. I know you have many questions, because for so many years you are all learning. And if I can answer and give some thoughts on that, I will be happy to do that. So please carry on with questions. You can take one mic, otherwise is also okay. The sound is okay.